You know what, Hector? I quit. I'm kidding. What's up, everybody? This is episode
Oh,
14 of the Bento Boxcast. Oof, Hector. We're being tested today.
this is
We're being tested
this is
today.
the hardest I've ever potted.
We're having some technical difficulties, not gonna lie. Okay. But we're trying our best here, and of course, we're gonna do everything we can to get this episode out to you guys. The anime gods are testing us today. They're saying, "Well, you guys talk a big game. Well, time for y'all to back it up." But don't
Mm,
worry, anime gods. Shit. No, I didn't say the T. I
I
said
like it.
D, so I
Okay.
didn't curse.
Ooh.
We ready to go, baby. We're gonna bring the heat. All right. Anyways, this is episode 14. I'm so excited. I'm glad everybody's back here to listening to what we
Welcome
got
back.
going
Welcome
on
back.
this week. Welcome to all the, if there are any new listeners, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. It's always great to see any new people coming in. Now, before we go ahead and jump into all the anime topics and things like that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Rafa. Okay, I'm one half of the Bento Box Boys, and of course, is my co-host, the most hectic heckish of the heckers,
Hey,
Hector.
hi. Welcome back.
Yes. So, uh, really quickly, Hector, because I feel like we gotta step on the gas a little bit because of what's going on now. There's a podcast out there on YouTube that likes to talk smack about us. Okay, it's the Playing Pod with Alex and John. It's a
Hmm.
podcast. Yeah, it's a podcast that they talk about video games, TV shows, movies, pulp culture, anything except for anime. That's what they talk about. So if you guys are interested in a podcast that deals with stuff like that, go check them out. The link is in the description, so you guys go listen. You can go listen to them. They're great friends of ours. We love them. Go check them out. But we're also beefing with them. Fudge Alex. Okay, Fudge Alex. They've been missing. I heard from the streets that they're scared from us, or they are scared of us, should I say? And they decide to wave the white flag. They quit. They're done. They're out of the podcasting game because we got them out. We kicked them out, pretty much.
We just kept handing them
Now
no's. That's it.
exactly. Now I'm not saying that we did it. That's what the streets are saying.
Facts. This is
Okay.
true. I heard it too. Put my ear to the street.
Exactly. So, because we always know what's going on in the streets, we always know what's going on in the podcasting streets, and that's what they're talking about. So, I want to wait and see if they got a response. I want to see if they are going to come back. If they do, I'm going to be waiting. We're going to be waiting to see what they got to say. But as of right now, bro, I don't know. The streets talking mad ugly about y'all. That's all I got to say, man. Especially about them hairlines, bro. I don't know, man. I ain't
Ooh.
saying it though. I ain't saying it. The streets are saying it.
The street's been singing that McDonald's jingle, brother, and oh, mm.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, enough of those boys over there. All right, let's move on, Hector. I want to move on.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's get it.
Starting off with the podcast with one of my favorite sections of the podcast. All the sections are my favorite, but this is I love this one too. Okay. I'm that parent that loves all the kids equally. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have one specific section that I love more than any other ones. Okay. I love all of them equally. And this one is the comments. The comments. The
The
comments.
comments.
Exactly. So this week, of course, once again, without fail, the main man, the honcho himself, the ruler of all the comments, Josue, came back. He threw it down in the
Oh.
comments.
Okay.
He said, check it. Bam, boop, smack. Three
Bop.
comments. Exactly, a bop. He put a bop in there. Three comments for us to read. I love it. I love every single one of them. He threw down so hard, Hector, that he scared off everybody else. Okay. All the other guys who were gonna comment, he scared them off. He said, "Ooh, Jose's throwing down, bro. I gotta give him his space. I'll come back next week." That's what the other guy said.
Okay.
Right? I know this. I know this. Don't question how I know this, but I know this. Okay. Again, we know the streets like that. But anyways, Josue, we're gonna go into what he said. All right.
Talk to me. Tell me about it.
First comment, Josue said. Now this comment is it deals in well, from last week when we were talking about anime openings and endings. Okay, that's what he's talking about here. Where, by the way, Hector had a full, nice, organized list, and I was just rambling on for 20 minutes about just and that was how that's how I was last episode. He said Trigun opening. Ooh, how could I
Ooh,
forget, Hector? How could I forget about
man, oh
Trigun?
man.
Classic anime, classic anime. It's an underrated anime for sure. Like it gets overlooked a lot. Trigun's a really good show, and the opening is awesome. Agreed. The next one on this list is Kenenchi, the Mightiest Disciple opening. I have not seen that show. I have no idea anything about this show. I've never seen the opening, so I'll take your word for it, Josue. And it's a pretty good opening. That's also I hear. So I hear from you. And of course, he said, Air Gear opening and closing. Oh my God, Hector, how could I forget? How could I forget about Air Gear? Oh my
I don't even know what
God.
that is.
It is a awesome, underrated anime dealing with kids who like rollerblade and then like the wheels have like powers kind of. Like it's pretty cool. Like the wheels are charged or whatever. Like
Hmm.
it's a really fun, cool anime. It's like showing esque is like type or whatever. Like it's the main guy and he makes friends and makes his own crew and like with the power of like friendship or whatever they'll move up the ranks of like the underground rollerblading world and things like that and like each crew has like their own like badge. And then if you challenge another crew for their badge, and if you lose, you give your badge away. You have to disband the group. So like it's like collecting like gym badges in the sense of or just of like different crews you beat and like the higher you go in the underground world like the crazier and the more stronger the rollerbladers are and it's a really fun show. I recommend that show for sure,
Ooh,
like hands
okay.
down.
I'm sure Josue is happy to hear
um
that.
and there is like you know how like in Fire Force the what's her name Tamaki what's
Tamaki?
her name the
Maki?
Tamaki, you know how
Oh,
like she like you know how she's kind of like the joke of like the etchy stuff or whatever.
yeah.
They something like that happens. Like in Air Gear, is not. I'm not saying there's one specific character that has that, but like those etchy style jokes, where it's like, oh, she
Hmm.
lands on someone, or like, oh, she trips and someone grabs her titty or whatever. That happens in the show too. So you get a little
Ooh.
bit of everything.
Okay, okay.
You get the little etchy, naughty humor. You get awesome action. You get the comedy. You get the friendship. Everything you want out of a shonen. It's there. Classic, underrated anime. So, shout out to Jose for bringing that one up. I always have Air Gear in mind, but like I never like when I needed to bring it up, I never bring it up. Now, second comment that Jose
Ooh,
said here.
okay.
It says here. There is no point arguing with Hector because he knows the rules to the show. Laughing my effing ass off. Now, what he's talking about, for you guys who are listening who don't know, he's talking about last week on Anime Swap where Hector recommended me was what was the name of the show?
Kisniver.
Kaizen. What was it?
Whoa, what?
I was like
Kisniver.
Kaizen Miner or something like that.
Kisniver.
Kiss Sniper. Okay, Kiss Sniper. So he recommended me the show, and then the premise pretty much is that these like group of kids are connected in a way where they all feel each other's pain, right?
Hmm.
And myself, because just the way that I am, I was trying to find a way out without even watching a single minute of the show. Like, oh, I'll do this and I'll do that. And, you know, of course, Hector's going to try to argue with me because he knows the show. But I was already ready to fight. I don't know. I don't even know why I started arguing with you, honestly. I was just, well, I'll just do this and I'll just do that. Like, how about you shut up and just watch the show? I don't know. That's what he's talking about. He clearly he made a very good point Why am I arguing with you if I haven't even seen the show yet, or back then, because I saw a few episodes, because it's an anime swap. But that's
Hmm.
later on. That's later on. Now, last episode, jeez, last comment that Josue, he said, "Thanks for the high energy, Rafa. Too much though with the openings, laughing my effing ass off. When are you gonna when are you making the Bento Boxcast Discord? We can do watch parties with you guys." I read it the way he wrote
Ooh.
it. All right, we can put do there
I was
twice.
always wondering. I was like, why do you read it like that? But then, yeah.
So, Josue, thank you. Thank you for pointing out my energy stuff or whatever. Because like these guys pointed out to me, but I think they're just being jerks. But you're my best friend, and I trust you. So I took it. I was like, I took in
Wow,
the
what a
criticism.
friendship.
Said, okay, yes, it's a beautiful friendship. I took it in and said, okay. Josue's my best friend. We eat pizza. We play basketball every Sunday. He wouldn't lie to me. He wouldn't take me down a dark path. He'll show me the good, honest, innocent way of life. And he's pointing out that I need more energy. Boom, more energy just for you, Josue. And he's talking, and he also brought up how I kept rambling on about the openings in the last episode. Don't worry, I heard about that through Hector. He was telling me, like, dude, you gotta shut up. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. And Discord, we kind of talked about it a little bit, right, Hector? About the Discord, we're gonna have that
Yeah, I
set up and
mean,
everything for you
we went
guys.
between each other and we're like, hey, you know what? We should probably get this going because we want to make this community feel at home as much as possible. And obviously, wherever you can get, your anime content is fantastic. And obviously, we want to be that source. So, I'm going to say it here on this pod on episode 14. You'll have a Discord link in the description down below. Join it. Trust me, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be worth joining. We're going to have all the crazy good stuff on there. Definitely our recommendations for what we like during the week, and just links to just manga and things like that we're reading currently. So join it. It's gonna be a good time.
Great. So we're gonna get everything. We're gonna get the regular anime. We're gonna get the big titty anime. We're gonna get the naughty stuff. We are gonna get the anime memes. We're gonna have the conversations, the chats, the watch parties. It's gonna go down. It's gonna be a blast in this Discord. So if you want to join, go ahead and click on that link, and we'll see you there. All right, dudes. We'll see you in that Discord. Now, Hector. That's all the comments on the YouTube side. But oh my God, Josue hit us with another two-piece combo.
Ooh.
All right. As you guys may or may not know, we're also on Twitter. All right, at Bento Boxcast. That's the main Twitter handle. My Twitter is at MeTalkAnime, and Hector's handle is at Ultra_VMan. Now, Josue knew this, right? He follows us. We follow him. He said, "You know what, bro? Let me show y'all something." He typed, send, and he tagged us in a thing. He actually tagged us in two things. The first one was this a link to a YouTube video about these YouTubers who recreated a scene from One Punch Man, the anime, in live action. Which looked, in my opinion, looked great. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really cool. I'm pretty sure they recreated it from scene to scene. Like it looks like exactly the same, just like in live person.
Mm-hmm.
And the special effects were pretty cool. And, like it's it's not like the Avengers like level of like special effects, but like for someone making a YouTube channel, it looked really good. You know,
Ooh.
like a YouTube video, it looked pretty good. And it was really really cool. The guy who portrayed Saitama did a really good job. Like he sold the character. Like I'm like yeah, that's how he would act and look and whatever. And the guy was Genos. He had that over the top like how am I supposed to surpass him and oh the master he's so strong here, kind of like that thing like in the anime,
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. Like it was great. It was a fun watch. um we would link it, we would recommend it to you guys, but unfortunately it got copyright claimed by Bandai Namco, so you
Oof.
cannot watch it at this point in time, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure if you go out there looking some other areas, other places, you might be able to find it. But from the original video on the original YouTube channel, it's not there anymore,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, the banhammer came real fast for that. But
Yeah.
no, dude, honestly, that like little live action fan made thing was like super dope. I usually don't like fan made live action stuff just because I feel like it's really hit or miss, and most of the times, in my opinion, is a miss. But this one was dope. There's one specific one that I always think of that's really popular that goes around. It's like the one where these two guys are fighting and one guy's in a school uniform and he's kind of teleporting using his backpack. It's a very very popular, common live action like fight scene adaptation that people have made in inspiration of anime because I don't think any anime actually has ever done that. It's just kind of like anime inspired, which is
Hmm.
cool. So I'm not a huge fan of live action, obviously, because of the movies that have come out, the terrible adaptations. But this one was really dope. I liked it a lot. It's kind of sad to see that we can't like share it and get others onto it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys find it somewhere somehow. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so who knows? If not, then if for whatever reason it's forever lost, at least some of us will be able to see it and appreciate the work that these guys were able to do. So kind of bittersweet on that one. Um, Moving on from that, also tagged us on Twitter. It was like a little clip, like about a minute and 38 seconds. I remember the time. It's from Toonami, right? As you guys know what Toonami is. For those who don't know, Toonami is uh, what's on Cartoon Network, right? The channel, a TV channel where they always show cartoons and things like that. And at a certain point in time, on Saturdays especially, they start showing anime, right? And uh, back in the day, a lot of us got into anime through Toonami, including myself. And then at a certain point, Toonami was shut down. And then recently, a few years back ago, or whatever, Toonami was brought back through Adult Swim, which is the adult section of Cartoon Network, where they show more adult cartoons and things like that. So then they start bringing us, Naruto, My Hero, Attack on Titan. So it's like the resurgence of Toonami, which is awesome, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to spread more anime, more accessible anime to the Western Hemisphere is it's always awesome to see, right? Because not everybody has access to Crunchyroll or Funimation or even the Seven Seas, the pirate websites, right? Or some people are not even willing to try, or they're not really if it's not on TV, they're not gonna look for it, right? So with Toonami, it's a more easier way to get people who are maybe they're not really there yet to go out there and look for anime, but hey, they'll watch it on TV, right? It's an awesome thing. Speaking of which, Toonami put out a statement dealing with what's happening in the world, right? Because we know that we talk about anime and this like that, and in a sense, it's a form of escapism, right? Enjoying ourselves, kind of getting away from the real world, enjoying cartoons and anime and all the wackiness that happens in anime. Um, but they pretty much were saying like, hey guys, we know things are in the world are not great right now. I mean, 2020 could in my opinion, 2020 has to be like one of the worst years ever. I can't think of another year that's been just like BS after BS after BS, right? And especially right now dealing with here in the United States and with the whole thing with racism and the cops and the brutality and all that stuff. And that's pretty much what they were bringing up, saying like, hey guys, we have to stand together, we have to unite, we have to um, uh, think about this through, not let evil in a sense, which is with racism, things like that. We can't let that be a normal thing here in the world. And they pretty much ended this small statement with Black Lives Matter. I thought it was great. It's something that people should we need to hear that, right? Because there's people who are just like, oh, the racism doesn't exist, this and that, this and that. It's like, come on, bro. It exists. All right, like
Mm-hmm.
let's not kid ourselves. All right, like this stuff is real, right? Like it's been proven over and over again that this is a problem, a huge problem that's going on, and when it feels like finally people are putting a light to it. People are more, the society's focusing on saying like, hey, this is what's going on. This is the problem. We gotta do something about it. And it's awesome to see that someone like Toonami, Cartoon Network, and them also voice their opinion and kind of back it up and things like that. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, the coolest part to me about it all was that not only were they kind of just taking a stand on everything with the climate in the world, but at the same time they used something that a lot of people can relate to, kind of like anime, where like they showed Naruto scenes, they showed Samurai Jack scenes, they showed like a variety of animes, and then a lot of the lines in anime, specifically one that said like have you conquered hate, um, or something along the lines of that, and I think it's super dope that, like I said, they took a stand on it all and they're deciding, hey, you know what, we're gonna put our pitchfork in the sand or whatever it is, and
Our
say,
flag.
there you go, yeah, and saying like, you know what, we stand for Black Lives Matter, and I mean, I looked at the comments down below, and obviously, there's gonna be some polarizing comments and people who either agree, disagree, and whatever it may be. But I think it was really dope to see Toonami do it. And also considering, at least for me myself, Toonami was kind of the gateway to anime because that's where I kind of started watching Naruto and Bleach and all these other shows. So it's really really dope to see that they're a part of it. That being said, though, I can't say that me and Rafa are extremely educated to talk on the matter. It's really really it's a really really scary time right now. So of course, everybody, please take care of yourselves. And yeah, I mean, we here, and I think I could probably talk for Rafa, but we support Black Lives Matter. Um, and yeah, I'm just glad to see Toonami just do something dope like that.
Right, like it's the really cool thing is that they were taking lines from anime shows, like especially from like shonen, like you said, like Naruto and things like that, saying things that people might find cheesy, but like at the same time you can apply it to real life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
have you conquered hate? Like, have you, in a sense where they're saying hate, they're saying like racism and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Like how you're gonna hate someone just because of the way they look? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know that person. How are you gonna hate them? That's pretty much what they mean. Which is really awesome to see because people bash and people joke about anime and whatever, but like you can learn some things from it, like friendship and not quitting. Naruto said it best: believe it. Sometimes you just gotta believe it. Sometimes you gotta believe in change. So like, and Hector said, we're just just normal everyday dudes. So we don't like, we're not here to voice our opinions and politics and whatever and all that stuff, but just be safe out there. You know, don't treat people the way you want to be treated,
Definitely.
right? So, but anyways, thank you also Josue for that. If you guys have things you guys want us, you guys could always tag us in anything and everything. Hit us up on the Twitter; it's there. And remember, always comment on the YouTube video. We will read them clearly as we did today. But moving on from that, Hector, it's enough of the comments this week.
Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on from there. We have, let me see here. Oh my God. We have. It's not the news. Psych. Got you. You actually have a a little fun topic, a little question.
Ooh, that I do. So I'm gonna do a little curveball, right? So I'm gonna start off by saying this. This week I'm gonna be kind of giving you guys a question. It's gonna be towards Rafa right now, but I want people who are listening to comment down below or tweet at us as well because I didn't say it in the last time we tried attempting this recording. But if you don't follow us on YouTube, right, and you're not listening to this on YouTube, you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, tweet at us and tell us what you think about this question that I'm gonna give you guys and tell us why, and I'll explain. So, you walk into Area 51, right? Or you get in. I'm not going to say you walk because I don't know how you got in there. If you did get in there, let me know how. FBI agent. I didn't just say that. I just thought I was like, wow, that's mad sus. Let me not put that out there. But you get into Area 51, right? You see 6 items and you can only pick one. Which one are you choosing? And I'm gonna say this now. When I saw this, there was no negative stipulations. However, if you want to add that, if you know about these animes and know what the negative stipulations are, then you may think to your head and add them in there. We're going to do that. So, but for Rafa, you get 6 choices. You get Philosopher Stone from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the Titan Serum from Attack on Titan, Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball, the Holy Grail from the Fate Stay or just Fate series, any Devil Fruit, but you can only pick one, and the Death Note.
Okay, so um, this is my first time ever hearing this question. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I have no idea of what am I gonna say. Clearly, because this is the first time doing this.
Ooh.
Um, First and foremost, I'm gonna go through the whole list, Hector. Okay, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
break
Mm-hmm.
down why I'm not picking some and why I would pick one of the other ones. First and foremost, I would not pick the Death Note
Ooh, okay.
because now the Death Note is really strong, right? Clearly, as we've seen, what Light could do with it, and then on Death Note, the anime show. But I wouldn't pick it because what Ryuk, the Shinigami, who gives he doesn't really give it to him, but he kind of just like drops it and like finds it. But the Ryuk, who is the death god, who is attached to that notebook or whatever, in a sense, tells Light like, "Hey, bro, you can use it. You can. This is the power it has, whatever, whatever. But letting you know right now, the day you die, you do not go to heaven or hell. You you don't. The normal afterlife doesn't affect you. I don't know where you end up, type of thing, right? So if the rules still apply the same to the Death Note and I pick it up, I don't want that to happen to me, right? Like I want to know where I'm going to go in the afterlife.
Mm.
Clearly, there's an afterlife because he said there's an afterlife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like that. I don't like not knowing where I'm going to end up. So that's the only reason I would not pick the Death Note. Because if that wasn't there, I would definitely pick the Death Note, and I would just be the biggest bad guy in the world, right? I would complete, not even complete. I'll do what Light was trying to do,
Ooh.
right? Saying that right now. Um, what was the other one? The Titan Serum. I would have picked the Titan Serum because, like, yeah, it's cool. You get to get big or whatever, but like everybody's gonna notice that you're big, and like I'm pretty sure the government will come after me. I'm like giant,
Yep.
walking around naked. They're like, look at this giant naked man walking around destroying stuff. Like, let's get him. You know? Like, I might be able to escape or whatever, but like, would I really have some quiet and alone time to myself? You know? 'Cause I'm just a giant monster running around destroying everything. I'll have to turn small so they could leave me alone. But I feel like by that point they already know who I am. You know? I don't know. Like it's either like if I would pick the time serum, it's either I'm going all the way in and just destroying the whole world and like I don't know, I don't know, like Godzilla or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on the time serum. Um, what was the other ones? I feel like I'm missing one. It's the
It was the Philosopher's Stone, the Titan Serum, Dragon Ball, Holy Grail, Devil Fruit, and then obviously the Death Note.
Devil Fruit. I would not pick the Devil Fruit. Now the Devil Fruit are cool. There's some really cool powers in One Piece, but the only reason I would not pick the Devil Fruit is because they can't be in water. I don't like
Hmm.
that. That bothers me. Like they can't they can't shower or they if they get in a pool or like in the ocean they sink. Like they can't swim or whatever. Don't they get like super tired or whatever? Like they're like half knocked out or something like that at the end of the water. right?
So like if they take a shower, they can only be in there for like, or I guess a bath. If they take a bath, only half their body can be in there, but they're essentially limp. Um, so like they're rendered useless. Just imagine like, let's say Rafa falls into the ocean. He's a devil fruit user. Uh, he has bricks tied to the end of his feet, and there's no way of resurfacing, so he just sinks all the way straight down. And that's like the negative side of being a devil user. And even if he gets like, so like let's say that it's raining and he's walking, like that's fine. But if he like is in deep water, even halfway to his body, then he just becomes rendered useless. So that's the negative side of being a devil user, a devil fruit
I
user.
don't, and I don't like that because, like, yeah, I have powers and whatever, but like, let's say it's a weekend and I'm chilling, hanging out, and then I want to go to a water park. What am I gonna do at the water park? I'm
Enjoy
just
the
gonna be
sun.
enjoying the sun. I can enjoy the sun at home. I can just be in the backyard. If I'm going to a water park. I want to ride the I want to get on the water slides. I want to get in the wave pool. I want to have a good time. Okay, I love water parks. If I'm a double foot user, I can't do that. Right? And he said,
Hmm.
"Oh, but you can fly or you can do this." I don't care. I want to get on the water slide. Right? So no devil fruit. That's out. That's out of the list.
Just get a flotation
Uh,
device. Just get like a
yeah.
unicorn flotation device and wrap it around you.
I mean, no, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Okay,
It's
okay,
not the
okay,
same.
okay.
Okay. So moving on from that one. Um, the Philosopher Stone. It's not. That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one because you can, in a sense, make anything to the Philosopher Stone because um, without it in the world of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood,
Mm.
you have to put in something in to get it out in a sense, right? So like if I'm let's say I'm on the sidewalk and I want to make a baseball bat out of the the cement under me, right? So then I would do the alchemy thing, and then the cement itself will turn into a baseball bat. But now there's a hole in the ground because of the cement that I took out from the ground to make the baseball bat, right? So it's a give and take type of thing. With the Philosopher's Stone, there's no give in a sense. You can just make whatever you want. So then I could just make, I don't know, $1 million, I guess, if I want, out
Mm.
of the ground or whatever. Or I can make, I don't know. I can do whatever I want with it, pretty much. It's cool. I like it, but I feel the thing is like there's other items on this list that are way stronger than it.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
like I would have it as a backup just in case, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like if the other ones don't work out, then I'll pick up the Philosopher's Stone. Um, Originally I was gonna pick the Dragon Balls, but then you told me that the Dragon Balls, depending on the dragon, has a certain limitation.
Yeah.
So if the dragon is not all powerful, then the Dragon Balls don't really can't really grant an all powerful wish, I guess you can say, right?
Yep.
So, so then I really wouldn't pick the Dragon Balls. But then, then you're saying that the Holy Grail, which because I've never seen Face Stay Night. I have no idea about that show at all. You're saying that that's like that. You can grant you any wish, and there's no limitation on it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me. Now, you're saying like, let's say for example, um, each one of these you have to go through the process of getting the item, just like in anime,
Oof.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that like that's a twist to it, right? So, the Death Note, I would just have to find the Death Note. The serum, I have no idea how you're gonna get a serum for the Titan, but whatever. Let's just say they just give it to you.
It's in Aaron's basement, dude.
I didn't say in Aaron's basement there. I have to go to England or Germany or whatever to get the serum because that's where they are. The Philosopher's Stone, I have to find it or kill 1,000 people to make it, right? I think
Yes.
that's what it was
I
to do
think so.
that.
Yeah.
The Dragon Balls, I just have to collect them, but I'm pretty sure I have to fight people to get them because they're not just going to be scattered around easily to find. and then there's a whole, I guess, tournament for
Holy Grail,
for
yeah.
the
So it's called
chalice.
the Holy Grail War. Yeah. I mean, you got to summon like heroes. One of each class is competing in like there's seven of them, and you have to be the last man standing to obtain the Holy Grail. So watch the show. It's actually it's a really good show. It's
Right.
very mainstreamy, but yeah, it's definitely a dope show.
I covered all the options, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't miss one. So what I would do is I would go after the Dragon Balls. Okay.
Okay.
I'll collect all the Dragon Balls, and then I would wish to be the winner of the Holy Grail war. So I skip everything, and then I get the chalice, and then I become God himself. That's what I'll do.
Okay. Oh, that's not a bad. You're just kind of finessing the whole thing, but hey, that's what you can do. You made it to the Dragon Balls. You collected all seven. I want to say.
So I think it's seven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you collected all seven, so hey, you can do whatever you want with your wish. And I actually think you get three wishes with the Dragon Balls.
that I don't know. I don't
No,
remember
I'm
that.
pretty positive. You get three wishes because I remember in the shows. But you get three wishes with the Dragon Balls, so you're just immediately gonna make yourself all powerful God, and then you
Yes,
get two more to do whatever you want. So there you go.
exactly. So I'm just gonna be the best of the best.
Ooh,
Be
okay.
God himself.
Um, okay. So if I have to go through all the stipulations, right? I would, I would go with the devil fruit because essentially I would just have to find one, or I could go the Blackbeard route and essentially kill the previous devil fruit user that had it, and somehow, some way, make myself have it, and eat the fruit. So I would do that, and I would want quite literally the one of the strongest people in all of One Piece's fruit or power, which is like Kainu. Oda, who is a creator, actually went and said that if Akainu was a pirate and put his mind to it, he would actually find the One Piece in two to 3 weeks, so extremely fast because that's how determined and strong of a person he is. Um, which obviously it's taken Luffy like years, but that's not the point. He has one of the strongest, most powerful devil fruits. Like I said, Oda also mentioned that he has one of the most destructive devil fruits in all of the creation of One Piece. So I would want that one because that would literally make me all powerful in like the realm. And his power is essentially using like magma and like lava. And he's a Logia type fruit, devil fruit user. So for those you that know, actually, you might be able to fact check me. I'm pretty sure he's a Logia user. But yeah, I don't want that devil fruit. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. It's gonna be a rough one, but I'd want it.
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. If it wasn't for the devil fruit, which one other one? What other would you pick?
If it wasn't that one, I would want. I know everybody's like, oh, maybe Luffy. No, I wouldn't want the gum fruit. I think it's actually kind of whack. Luffy makes it look dope, but I want Marco's fruit, which is the Mythical Zone Phoenix fruit. So essentially, he has all the powers of a phoenix. He can regenerate any lost limbs, and the phoenix is really cool because he's not like he doesn't transform into a bird, but like he is completely on fire, and the fire is like golden blue. And he can fully transform into the phoenix, the Zoan phoenix. And he can even heal people with his flames. Like it's very very strong. And in the realm of One Piece, mythical Zoan fruits, um, mythical fruits in general are the strongest of the Zoan fruits, and Zoan fruits are like animal fruits. So like let's say Rafa ate like a rhino fruit and he could turn into a rhino, but it's not as strong as like a mythical fruit, which would be like a dragon or a phoenix or things like that. So mythical Zoan, it's a very extremely powerful one, and Marco is just a dope character, and the way he uses it was like super dope. So yeah, I'd want a that would be my second choice.
Okay, okay, good, good, good. I like it. I like it. Well, that was a nice little convo we had about that. You would either become magma or a firebird, and I would literally be God. So
Yeah, I
look at
mean,
that.
it's all about what you want to put yourself through with the challenges that you added on. That being said, though, I'm super excited to see if anybody comments, and to tell us what they would pick. Remember, we're also gonna go with you have to go through whatever trial that it requires you to get. So, like Rafa said, the Philosopher Stone, getting X amount of souls lives and or finding it and Titan serum, all that stuff, so whatever that anime has to do with it, you have to go through that as well. So Godspeed, Spider-Man, and let us know what you guys think. What would you pick in the description down below, and why? What would you do with your wishes, or what would you do with your all-powerful Titan serum, Titan ability? So yeah, definitely excited to hear from everybody.
Yep, that'd be awesome. Awesome to hear. It would be awesome to hear from you guys. Now, moving on from that, Hector, we got let's see what we got going on here. Oh my God, Hector. Oh, jeez, we always be running late, Hector. We can never be on time. It is 8:54 p.m. and it is time for the news. It's Channel 69 Anime News Tonight with our anime correspondents, Rafa, that's me,
Ooh.
and of course the main guy himself, Hector. So, I'm gonna start this off this week, Hector.
Run
Well, I
it.
have a news article I want to read to you and to the beautiful listeners, because it relates to me, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait for what I'm about to read to you guys. I cannot wait what's going to happen in the future.
Mm.
Okay, it is. Dun, 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 dun. The Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya franchise gets his first novel in 9 years. That is right. That is right. I know you guys have heard of us, or at least myself, bring up Haru Suzumiya. It's a show that I recommended to Hector in the past. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
really like it, but that's because Hector has horrible taste in anime.
Wow.
Haru Suzumiya is a legendary, top-notch anime. It's beloved. It's just one of the best animes ever. Um, and and in 9 years, almost a whole decade, we're getting new material.
Ooh.
Cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot. Wait. So pretty much it says here, an official Twitter account for the Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya franchise opened on Monday, which this has been about a week or so ago when this came out, and announced that Kado, Kadokawa will publish a new novel, and author Nagaru Tanigawa and illustrator Naozi Ito's original novel series on November 25th. So on the 25th of November, this new novel of Haru Suzumiya comes out. Also, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm not good with names. Um, it says the new novel titled The Institution of Haru Suzumiya will be the first new installment in the novel series in 9.5 years. Oh my God. Pre-orders for the new novel start on Tuesday. So by the time you listen to this, and by the time I'm actually reading this, the pre-orders have already been out. So
Ooh.
if you already got to it, awesome. If you did it, don't worry. We got you. We got you. Because it also says here, Yen Press. You know who Yen Press is, right, Hector?
It sounds familiar, but I might need you to run it down for me.
They are pretty much the people who. It's a publisher that brings manga work over here to the western side of things.
Ooh, that's dope. Okay.
hmm It says here, update. Yen Press confirmed on Monday that it will release the novel digitally on November 25th. The publisher also announced that it will re-release the previous novels under the Yen Online uh, account or like website or
Ooh,
whatever.
okay.
So pretty much it's saying that like if you're not able to do the pre-order for the actual book itself, don't worry, it is going to be out digitally, and I'm going to be one of those first people to pick that up. I cannot wait to read this and see where it's at. I want to see if it connects to the movie because the way the movie ended, it did that thing where you just want more and more and more, and it's not and there's nothing there, you know. Like after the movie, the show stops pretty much. And there is a spin-off, like an alternative universe version of the show, dealing with like instead of Haru being the main character, it's the girl with the glasses, Hector, the little quiet robot girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually the main character in the spin-off, but it's
Ooh,
a
that's cool.
alternative
Okay.
universe. It's alternative universe, so it's not like the main universe storyline. So I want to see if this connects to the main storyline. I just what happened in that movie is just like I need to know what happens, and Hopefully, in the novels, the story does continue. Now, I haven't really given the Haruhi novels, manga, and whatever a chance, but with this got me excited. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump on the bandwagon. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out and see how it is. I have until November 25th to get caught up all the way, so we'll see how
Hmm.
that goes. Cannot wait, cannot wait, cannot wait. Anyways, that is enough of me gushing over the god itself, the god herself, because she is a god, Haruhi Suzumiya.
God is a woman.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and toss it over to my correspondent, Hector. Take it
Oh,
away, Hector.
okay. So, guys, we're gonna be talking about something really, really cool. It's something that hasn't occurred just yet, or happened, I guess. I don't know, occurred is a good word to use as well. This Friday, when the episode just comes out, we're gonna be seeing something really dope, really interesting, really cool. The first ever virtual Crunchyroll Expo. Hopefully I said that right. There was a lot of like murmur, but virtual Crunchyroll Expo is going to be going live, and I'm super excited because we got to see some of the panels, in advance, and kind of just look at the schedule that's going to be coming out for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 3-day event, and if you guys don't know, an expo is essentially a convention, just like we used to have back in the day before the Rona happened, but they're pretty jam packed with so much stuff to talk about and to see, and it's going to be really cool. So I went through and kind of saw some of the events that there's going to be, going on through the 3 days. And man, is this a lengthy one? It starts at, I believe, 9 a.m., 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then it goes all the way to like late in the night. I don't want to say exactly for sure because I don't have a for sure date or a time rather for it. But these are just some of the things that I noticed. And I know me and Ralph are going to be trying to, tune in here and there when we can to see what's up and see some of the panels. And also, the cool part about it is Crunchyroll even said that, hey, we're going to be putting up panels as they happen afterwards. So, like, kind of like videos to check out. Like, hey, this is the Rent a Girlfriend panel, for example, that I'm going to talk about later. Or, like, other panels or other interviews and things like that. They're just going to go up on their channel on either the YouTube channel, on their Crunchyroll main site, or the Twitter, because they kind of show clips of that as well. So, let me get into it before I kind of delve a little bit deeper into what they're going to be doing. So they have digital meet and greets plus autographs, which is really interesting. I want to see how that works. Electronic autograph maybe sent to your email or whatever. They have insight into upcoming animes, which is going to be cool. The one that they were kind of mainly promoting was called the Onyx Equinox. So I haven't really heard much about it, but I'm going to be excited to see what that panel is about. They have other panels with various voice actors from different animes and creators as well of those said animes. For example, they have one that's going to be huge, which is Rent a Girlfriend, The Main Man, Rafa's main guy, Junji Ito, One
Yes,
Piece,
sir.
God of High School, and I kid you not, many, many more. Literal anime marathons. So essentially, if you're not a premium member for Crunchyroll, or you just you wanted to check out Rent a Girlfriend, right? That anime is going to be, well, not specifically that anime, but animes in general are going to be going through a special kind of Twitch channel or something like that where they're just going to be showing full on marathons of just seasons of shows, which is really, really dope. It's a cool little way of just watching stuff for free, essentially. So it's going to be really cool. Live drawings of current animes and, other previous hits that have been coming out in other seasons prior. There's also going to be a cosplay contest and cups, which is going to be really, really cool. I'm super excited for that one. Essentially, people are going to be cosplaying from home, and they're going to be judged, and maybe they're going to take a prize home. You never know. So it's really cool to see how people are going to cosplay and just how creative they can be. Of course, nothing's off limits here because it's anime, and the anime is weird as it is. So definitely excited to see that. There's going to be so much more, and there was one specific panel that really surprised me to see it. It's called Weebing 101, and it's essentially kids are going to explain what their favorite animes are and also the gaming industry and the world in general and how they see it when it comes to anime and gaming, and then explain it to parents who are, maybe not with it all in the current times and kind of up to date with what's popular, what's mainstream right now. So I think it's really interesting to hear the kids' perspective on it, and then people who are also knowledgeable about it kind of express what they understand about it and kind of give more information to those who are not as informed as they want to be. So really interesting stuff. literally so much. I try to get as much as I could, but there was so much anime stuff going on in this virtual Crunchyroll Expo. So tune in if you guys want to. It'll be September the 4th through the 6th. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for it. But I wanted to hear a little bit from Rafa. What do you think about this Crunchyroll Expo and any of the stuff that I mentioned? Kind of catch your eye.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Now, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to watch it live on Friday because I'm gonna be at work. But for sure, Saturday and Sunday, it's something I'm gonna check out as it happens live. I can't wait to see what Junji Ito has to say. Like that's my guy right there. That's my main homie. The thing with the little kid, that sounds fun. To get a different perspective of someone who enjoys anime like and video games like us, and just to see all that stuff they have going on, the anime marathons and all the other panels and things like it's it sucks that they had to cancel like the actual expo, like going in person or whatever. But this is an awesome thing they're doing. Like, yes, it's virtual, but at the same time, it's like there's just so much they're going to be showing. It's just like it almost feels like you're going there, and like you're actually going to be there. Like it just sounds a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what else they got going on, what new announcements they're gonna have, special. Maybe they have like, this, how like in like with the video game stuff they have like, oh, new world announcement. Maybe they have a new world
Yeah.
announcement of anime that we've never seen, or a new season of a show that we never expected to have another season. Who knows? I'm gonna cross my fingers and pray a new season of K-On! It's not gonna happen, Hector, but I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope as much as I can. If it happens to be, bro, I've called it. I won the $1 million ticket. Another season of K-On! Who could be mad at that? But I just can't wait to see what else they got going on, man. I'm super excited for this. I feel like it's gonna be awesome, and the cosplay thing, like that's gonna be great. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna sound mad sus, but I'm actually really excited for the cosplay just because, they're, I guess in the gaming world too. For example, at the Smite World Expo that I went to, they had some incredible and sick cosplay costumes. So I want to see what people do in the anime realm. Some of them are a lot more like simple, like they'll just go like the black butler costume. They'll just be like a butler, uh, and like it's really sick. By the way, I love the Black Butler anime. It's dope. I like it a lot. But that's just something that kind of just popped into my head as I was talking about it. That being said, though, like it's like there's simple costumes. There's obviously like the maids and I don't know, like the gothic lolitas and things like that. So I want to see what people come up with. I'm really interested to see because like I don't know. I want to see if any of the cool animes that I super enjoy kind of pop out and like, oh, that's a Rem costume, or oh man, that's an Emilia costume and things like that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm super excited for this whole expo in general. I really want to get to know more about just honestly even some of the voice actors. I don't know if we touched about this, but uh, for example, the voice actress who does Mizuhara's voice in Rent a Girlfriend, she does the voice for so many people. And I know you actually brought this up off air as well, but she also voices the Aqua-chan from Konosuba. So it's really cool to see that someone so huge in the voice acting realm is just kind of all over the place doing her thing. So yeah,
Hmm.
I'm really excited to see a lot of these panels as well. So super excited for it. Can't wait to talk to you guys about it more in the next pod because we will be discussing it, like I said, in episode 15. And yeah, that's honestly all I have for Control Expo. If you have anything else to mention about it.
Nope, just can't wait to see it, and
Cool.
we'll see what we got. Let's see what's your opinion on next week.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right. That is it for the news. Thank you so much, Hector.
And thank you,
And also
Rafa.
thank. Oh, thank you. I was going to thank myself, but thank you. So moving on from that, we are going to talk about a specific anime that we always talk about on here. As you guys may or may not know if you knew, this is the number one Rent a Girlfriend podcast, my
Mm,
guys. Every week we here talk about the newest episode that just came out because Rent a Girlfriend is that one show that me and Hector have connected on. That's the one show that we're just all about. Okay. Now I know Hector here, he watches like about 10 shows a week or whatever.
that's facts.
Um, I myself have I tend to drag my feet with my anime. I tend to uh marathon them in a sense, you know. So like for example, they're on week 8. Like episode 8 it just aired. I'm still on episode 4. So then I would marathon the next 4 episodes and so on and so forth. That's how I tend to watch my anime. Except if I find one anime that really gets to me, that I'm just all about, and that would Rent a Girlfriend is. I cannot wait till the next episode comes out, and episode 8, right? I think it was 8.
Yeah, it
That's what we said
was
last.
episode 8. Episode 9 is coming out next. So, ooh, man, I got so much to talk about this episode, man. I have so
Yes.
much.
So episode 8 just came out, titled Christmas and Girlfriend. So this is the Christmas episode here. Now Hector sounds like you feel some sort of way. You feel it sounds like you got a lot to say
I
about
have
this.
mixed emotions about this. Tons of them.
Hmm. So I'm
Um,
gonna go ahead and give you the floor and go ahead and just say your piece. Let us know what you
oh,
think.
man. All right, so I'm gonna be just flat out and say this is the one episode out of the 8 that I actually hated. And I hate it for one
Gasp.
particular reason. Gasp. Kazuya. Kazuya was 1000% pissing me off the entire episode. I will say I have this bad habit of skipping forward when things are getting cringy, and I just can't bear the emotion and just emotional weight that it leaves on me while I'm watching these. But I told myself I can't do it. Not for this show. I need to be a part of this. I need to see this whole thing through. And man, was I in pain. Essentially, Kazuya became a jealous guy who stalked Mizuhara because she. And let's keep this in mind, guys. She's a rent a girlfriend, right? So obviously she's seeing other people. But Kazuya, because how he is, he thinks, oh, Mizuhara's mine, mine, mine. And just because you're getting a little close, he starts to have this big head and just thinks that he is in a level that he shouldn't be thinking, right? Even though we see that they have some type of connection, even though we see that they're slowly but surely falling together, and even though we know as the viewers that she's the ultimate end goal, that's who we're presuming is going to be the love of their lives. They're going to get together. But the thing is, that's not where they're at right now, right? They're just casually seeing each other. They have this contract between themselves with, their grandmothers and blah, blah, blah. But Kazuya is getting this big head of himself. He sees Mizuhara and impulsively just starts to follow her on this, presumed date. And he starts to get all these crazy ideas about how, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? He starts to get jealous. He starts to get envious. He starts to get just kind of really stalkery and kind of a douche about the whole thing. And he sees that she starts to smile differently around this guy. He sees that she's just kind of a different person around this guy that she's with, and the guy's actually really really handsome. So he's obviously insecure, self-conscious about how his looks are compared to seeing how happy they are, and he's like, oh, like this is what's right in the world, two incredibly good-looking people being together. And he starts to think that that's her actual boyfriend just by the way she's acting. And after a certain point, he gets to this mental state where he's like, all right, I gotta go home. I gotta just stop. What am I doing? And then he runs into the guy into the bathroom. Now I skipped a ton of what's happened, but this is just because I'm trying to just speed run it and tell you guys what exactly happened and why I hated it. But he runs into this guy. He's on a phone call and he starts to hear some wild stuff, and he's taking it out of context. And he's like, no, I have to protect Mizuhara. I have to. This guy's a douche. Like he's in the wrong. I'm in the right. I did this. I'm doing the right thing. And he gets like this air around him that his pride is on the line and blah blah blah. And then as he sees them, it looks like they're about to kiss, and he stumbles, gets caught following them, and then everything happens where it just kind of falls apart, and he starts like, oh, he's an asshole, like, oops, whatever. I'm just gonna keep that in. Oh, he's a bad guy, blah blah blah, and oh, he said all these crazy things about you on the phone, and I heard, and then it gets really awkward, and she starts to say, no, this is a classmate of mine that I have in school at the actress school because I want to become an actress, and I'm studying to be an actress, and we are going over a script together, and he was helping me, blah blah blah, and then Kazuya just looks mad dumb. And he's like, "Oh, really?" And blah blah blah. And she starts to explain to him, and the guy's like, "Oh, well, maybe I should go." And as he leaves, Mizuhara also tells him like, "Well, I also wanted to get something for a guy, and I wanted a guy's perspective." And Kazuya is all confused, and she ends up giving him a gift, a phone with what something Rafa kind of brought up to me as well is fishes, and fishes in particular, the ones that he pointed out were his favorite during episode 1 of the show when he first met Mizuhara and they went to the aquarium. So that was really cute. That was really nice to see about Mizuhara. But overall, I just hated how Kazuya felt, and just kind of the actions that he showed, and the side of him that was like not the side that we've been seeing throughout the show. And I just hated that he was such a jealous guy, and it made me really think like, wow, that's kind of super creepy, and it pissed me off. And I hated seeing Kazuya like that because I genuinely liked Kazuya. Like when he's great, he's great, and this was not it. I was not having fun during this episode at all. Um, I can't wait for episode 9 because I want to get over this. But I mean, other than that, I mean, yeah, like Mizuhara saved it at the end, the way how everything happened. I hated that Kazuya started crying because he's like, "Oh, she actually cares about me." I just hate how he goes up and down with his emotions, and reality hits him, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just a customer to her, and blah blah blah, and what am I doing, and all this other stuff." I don't like that side of Kazuya whatsoever. So I was not having a good time during this episode, but Mizuhara is still the best girl in my opinion. I love Ruka-chan. I want more from her. I want to see what the new character is gonna be like. I hope Mami-chan never returns. All these other crazy emotions, but um, yeah, Ruka-chan great. Mami-chan hater. Mizuhara best girl, but Kazuya, man, this was not it. This was not the look, buddy. This was not the look.
Okay, so let me tell you why you're wrong. I'm kidding. I actually agree with you with a lot of things you're saying. I'm not as heated as you are. It sounds like you went through a roller coaster of
Mm.
emotions watching this. Yes, he was being a big old dummy for what he was doing, but I don't. I don't want to say I don't blame him because like he clearly isn't wrong. He clearly messed up, but it's like he wasn't thinking clearly. He let his emotions, he let his feelings get the best of him. It happens to everybody. So I was like, okay, I guess, right? So again, I'm not giving him a pass. A get out of jail free card here, anything like that. But I'm just saying I can see how someone could end up acting the way he acted. I do also I as of right now, this guy doesn't deserve any girlfriend. Okay, because because first of all the way he's treating Ruka-chan, best girl. I don't care, Hector.
Yes.
Ruka-chan, best girl,
I don't agree
and
with the
he's
best girl,
treating
but yeah.
it's best girl, and so as the way the episode 8 starts, um, so Ruka-chan and Kazuya, right? That's his name, Kazuya.
Mm-hmm.
They're dating because Ruka-chan's blackmailing him. But they're dating, right? And then she has like a set of I found that so funny. She has like a set of rules for him, like okay, you have to reply to me by X amount of time, and you have to pick up the phone when I call, like all these like crazy like rules, like such a like a high school thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what it all reminded me of. Like oh, you have to reply as soon as I text you, or why aren't you replying? Like shit like things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that doesn't really happen when you're more of an adult, right? It's more chilled out when you're an adult. But they're young. Ruka Chan's more younger than him, and she's still in high school, so that you kind of it's somewhat expected some a relationship like that. And he's all like, "Oh, I can't take it anymore. I need her to leave me alone or whatever, whatever." Just break up with her, bro.
Facts.
Just break up with her. Stop. Like stop. Like That's the one thing that actually did get me upset. Is like this guy. She clearly wants to hang out with him. She clearly likes him. She wants to spend time with him. And this guy's he doesn't want to. But then why is he still dragging her along? Right? Like he's like, oh, I'm avoiding her and this and that, and like, bro, if you want me to root for you, if you want me to be on your side, then don't act like a freaking idiot,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Like, like strike one, you're acting like a dummy with Ruka-chan. She wants to hang out with you. You're like, oh, I can't hang out because of this. I can't hang out because of that. And he's like, well, I'm just trying to avoid her. Just break up with her. Just end it. Stop. Stop. No, strike number two. You, Kazuya spent its whole day stalking Mizuhara because he thought she was on a date. Like, bro. Really? You're gonna spend your whole day stalking her? Why don't you just like approach her and be like, hey, this I saw you do this. Care to explain it? And honestly, she doesn't really need to explain anything to you at the end of the day because you guys are not together, you guys are not dating. At most, you guys are acquaintances or maybe friends, right? And Hector, you made a great point, which I something that I didn't really think about is that Kazuya only really sees her maybe once, twice a week. All the other times, she's being rented as a girlfriend by who knows how many other guys,
Hmm.
right? So it's like Kazuya, I feel like, and you said it yourself, Kazuya seems to have this idea or this sense of importance to Mizuhara, saying like, well, yeah, we hang out, this and that. And we've been in this situation, we've been in this situation, and yes, their situation is a little bit more different dealing with the grandmas or whatever. But it seems like he's putting himself, or like he's more into their relationship, quote unquote, than she is, right?
Yeah.
And if it continues like that, that's gonna bite him in the butt big time. Clearly, it's already happening to him now because he went all crazy psycho freak this episode, stalking her and everything. Even though like, and he said it himself, like, bro, it's such a big red flag. He even said himself, he said, I don't know nothing about this girl. He said that.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, we hang out all the time, we do this and that, but I honestly don't know nothing about Mizuhara. Like, wouldn't that kind of be like, oh, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? If I don't even know anything about this girl, why are you assuming things? And if she does have a boyfriend, what do you care? You're not her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
You're just the client. Like, why are you acting like this way? You know, like, yeah. Uh, Now, Hector, you sounded more upset than I am, but now that I talk about it, I'm also getting upset. Kazuya for me has one more strike. Right, he's
Oof.
already messing it up. Right, like the thing with Ruga-chan, I cannot stand that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate when the people do stuff like that and anime and TV shows and stuff like that. It's just cut it, let it go, whatever. We already know that relationship is not going to happen anyways. Might as well just end it because the whole thing of her blackmailing him, we already know that's not going to work out. Um, we still don't know how the new the redhead girl. We don't know how she's gonna fit in, but I can't wait to see how that's gonna work out. But clearly, the like you said, the end game, the end goal. We clearly see that it's going to be between Mizuhara and Kazuya. Well, let's see how they get there. I'm actually very surprised that Mizuhara was so cool and chill about this guy and everything he was doing.
Hmm.
Like following her around or whatever. I thought she was gonna blow up in his face, like, "What's your problem?"
I feel
This and
like
that.
that's
I
the
thought she was good.
appropriate reaction. Like,
Yeah, so
you're
she
this
was
dude's stalking.
very, yeah, she was very chill about it. Who knows? Maybe in the next episode she was like actually gonna give him a piece of his mind or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully, because that was kind of weird. Like, yo, you should have told him off. Like, that's what he did was not cool. Like, that's not cool. Like
So,
I have you I mean have you ever stalked someone like that? Like
no,
I
I would
I
never
mean
in my life do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a normal human being, like a normal person would never do something like that. I don't know. It was just a very sad moment in the homie. Kazuya's day, and it's unfortunate that we were there to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the only defense that I could give him, not on the stalking thing, but just his feelings, is that they do have a very, very odd relationship. It's gotten to the point where it's definitely crossed many of the lines in the terms of services for rent a girlfriend, in general. They have kind of really began to intertwine their lives and their feelings and everything, obviously, as we see that, but um, I feel like right, and this is the whole concept of the show. I get it, but like everything that's happened should not have happened. Like if if it was just we're gonna stick to the terms of services, you should know how to fall in love with a rent a girlfriend, and a rent a girlfriend should know when to cut off ties with a customer and things like that. So like, yeah, I mean, they just have a very complicated relationship. So I understand his feelings. I just don't like the
Right,
way he's kind of going about acting on
right,
some of his feelings. Like the whole
right,
stalking was just crossing the line.
right. Yeah, exactly. Like I agree with you. I can see why he's acting the way he's acting. Just what he's been through. Like he barely his first girlfriend was Mommy Chan, and she broke his heart and the whole thing with the runner girlfriend thing. You can clearly see how he got attached. You can clearly see why he's acting the way he's acting. But again, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for the way he's acting. That's not an excuse to stalk someone the way he did. That's a big no-no. So hopefully in the next episode, Kaiser redeems himself. We'll see how it goes. I cannot wait. Episode 9. It should be out by Saturday, right? I think Saturday's the day that it comes out.
Um, yes.
I
Yeah.
think it is Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday morning, if not Friday.
So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know you said that you don't want to see Mommy Chan anymore, but this is a TV show, so there has to be conflict. So Mommy Chan is going to show up again. That's just gonna happen. I already know that's gonna happen. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with Mommy Chan some more. But who knows? Maybe the saving angel, the saving grace, is the new girl. Who knows? Maybe she'll be the new the new best girl. So
So
who
I
knows?
have a little theory for the new girl, right? I think that she's gonna be a love interest that makes Mizuhara realize that she loves um Kazuya-san. I think that she's
Hmm.
gonna be the one that does it, and I'm gonna actually make a little twist on it. Either that, or she's gonna be somebody that helps them get closer, either
Hmm.
inadvertently or as the direct opposition to Mizuhara. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I want to see. I have no doubt that she's gonna probably fall in love with Kazuya. I think it's just gonna go further down the harem route. But I do think she will be a factor, just like Ruka-chan. I have a feeling that Ruka-chan's gonna get a huge boost in her stock as a potential girlfriend for Kazuya as well. I think every girl's gonna get a chance to shine. Obviously, we're gonna get a ton of Mizuhara because she's the main, main girl, best girl of the show. But um, yeah, I mean, I definitely can't wait to see the new character. Yeah, as much as I don't want to see Mami Chan, I do know there has to be conflict and drama, and something has to happen. So of course she's gonna pop up again, either in the near future or at some point. But oof, yeah, I mean we'll see. Well, I'm fully my chips are all down on this Run a Girlfriend show, so definitely excited about it.
Hmm. So, speaking of Rent a Girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
Hector, as you know, I am the connoisseur, the the main guy around these parts that likes dubs,
Ooh,
English
okay.
dubs. Okay. If there's an anime that has dub, I tend to check it out over the sub. That's just how I am. Now, that's not saying that I don't like sub. I actually do watch a lot of anime with sub, with the original Japanese voices, but I like to dabble on both sides. Now, this past week, the first episode, episode 1 of Rent a Girlfriend was dubbed, English dubbed on Crunchyroll. I saw it. I was like, interesting. You also tagged me on it on Twitter, and so I went and watched it just to get an idea how they sound, how the English voices sound, and things like that. I like to see how it is. I like to see how the other side it is. The other side of the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I checked it out. I watched the first episode, and rewatching, I was like, man, this show's awesome. That's the one thing I just kept thinking. Kazuya, his English counterpart, is not that bad. It is that typical anime character main guy voice, that you kind of expect to hear, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. Um, the one thing that I found it super disappointing was Mizuhara's voice actress.
Mm, thank you.
Um, Now, nothing against the lady who does her English voice. I'm pretty sure she's been in other amazing work, and she's done amazing stuff out there in other anime and other voice acting roles and things like that. I do recognize her voice. She I know she does a good job. I don't know exactly who she is, but you can tell once you hear the voice. Like, oh, I heard this voice before. Um, but there's it's a very hard follow up to someone who is voiced by Mizuhara in the Japanese version because of, if you guys seen Konosuba, you know how big of a range the Japanese voice actress can do. Because in Konosuba, when she's playing Aqua, Aqua is yelling and screaming and begging and crying and just on 10 all the time. So you know she has that range. She could do so much with her voice, and you see that when she plays Mizuhara in the Japanese version, where she's the rent a girlfriend mode, and when she's herself. There's a clear difference in how her inner tone of voice, the way she speaks. You can clearly hear that difference. You can clearly make that different the difference between the way she speaks in those two ways, right? And in the English version, there's no real difference. It's the same. Of course, it's the same voice, because it's the same lady voicing her. But like, there's no real. You don't get that sense of difference. You don't get that sense of, okay, she's in work mode right now.
Hmm.
Okay, she's doing it because she's being around a girlfriend right now. Or, oh man, you can tell she's actually upset. She's actually mad at Kazuya for whatever dumb thing he did, right? Like, there's no real clear difference. It's just when she yells, if she yells as a rent girlfriend, it's the same as she yells when she's her normal self. In the Japanese version, there's a clear difference between those two scenarios. So again, nothing against the English voice actors, but clearly, the Japanese original audio, the original uh, Japanese dub is clearly the better one here.
Yeah,
Um,
I felt the exact same
now,
way.
yeah. Now I don't plan on watching it from here on out, the English dub. I will come back and I will come back on episode either 5 or 6, whatever episode that Rukachenko is introduced in. I will come back to see how she sounds, just to get an idea. Um, and also the new girl, the red hair girl who hasn't been introduced yet in the original run. I want to see how she sounds also. So I will come back to check those episodes out. But other than that, for sure, if you're watching Run a Girlfriend, if you're interested of checking this show out, just stick to the sub version. The sub version is clearly the better version.
Yeah, um, I heard Mizuhara-chan's voice and I instantly turned it off.
Dang.
I wasn't a fan of it at all. I think kind of like John said in when the pod that he was in with us, um, you just get this better sense of emotion from the original Japanese with the subtitles. And you hit the nail on the head, dude. When she went from run a girlfriend mode to just her by herself, like normal Mizuhara mode, it was just two different. It was just completely different. It was you got it all the raw emotions in it all and everything, and it kind of just made it seem better. And then when I heard it in this, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good, man. So I just didn't like it. Kazuya Sans was just somebody that voice was just easy to get used to. But yeah, Mizuhara's I wasn't a huge fan of. I am definitely interested to see what Mami-chan and what Ruka-chan's voice sound like. So we'll see. But other than that, I don't see myself watching this dub at all. Um, if you guys want an easier viewing of it, go for it. Watch this. It's great. The show in general is fantastic. So definitely, look into it. But for me, sub all the way. Mizuhara's, Japanese voice actor is fantastic. Kazuya-san's voice actor as well, fantastic. All the guys really. So, the whole cast in Japanese, just in my opinion, the better way to view.
Okay, nice. Um, so can't wait to see where Rent a Girlfriend goes from here. Hopefully it gets better, and hopefully they don't screw it up. So let's pray to the anime gods, Hector, that they don't mess up Rent a Girlfriend. Okay, now those I enjoyed. We always enjoy talking about Rent a Girlfriend, but now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next segment. Okay, it is slept on anime. It is slept on manga. Today we're gonna recommend you guys a manga instead of an anime, and another nice little twist to it. I'm gonna be doing the recommendation this time around, not Hector.
Ooh.
Okay, because and I know you guys for you reoccurring listeners saying, "Hey, wait a minute, isn't Hector the guy who reads the manga and not you, Rafa?" Yes, it is true. Hector is the guy who reads manga way more than I do. But I have read a few manga here and there in my lifetime. And the ones that I have read, I feel they're not that they're not that known, or a lot of people don't really talk about it. So I'm here. I'm gonna recommend the ones that I think people will like. Now, the one that I have here ready to recommend to you guys. It
Ooh.
is called Good Night Pon Pon. Okay. Now, this anime is a slice of life. This anime. This manga. There is no anime. It's just a manga. It is a slice of life drama. Uh, what's the other genre called for these coming of age story? There you go. It's a coming of age story drama dealing with this kid named Pon Pon, and you see him growing up. So pretty much the way that the story is broken down into in a sense 4 chapters of his life. Like it's like when he was a kid, in middle school, high school, and then early and in his 20s, pretty much. Right, so that's how it's broken down. The way the story's told, and this anime, you've seen anime. This manga deals with a lot of real world topics, and they're not easy topics in a sense. They're not easy reads. Um, it deals with like suicide. It deals with depression, abuse. It deals with um, like sex or trying to uh, like trying to ask out a girl or being rejected. It deals with a lot of things that us as humans deal with to day-to-day basis, right? Like things that we feel emotionally and spiritually and it deals with a lot of stuff like that. So, and at times this book can be it can be depressing. It can get to you. So it's I'm doing a fair warning here. If reading material if you're watching it or watching a show could sway you very easily emotionally, things like that, be careful going into this read because like I said, this book does deal with some very heavy topics at certain times. So if that's something that you're not really used to, or something that you really don't enjoy watching or reading, maybe skip this one. But if you're looking for a story that it will move you, that will touch you to your heart, that will deal with topics that not every day gets talked about, especially with like anime or manga. This is that book for you. Like I said, it deals with everyday things that everybody deals with. Death, depression, isolation. Being rejected, trying figure out what sucks. Just everything
Wow.
that people go through, right? Like just growing up and all the questions that we have and what's this and what's that, trying to figure out our way through the world and our placement of why am I here, why was I born, things like that. This book deals with a lot of those type of topics. It's a really good, really mature read.
Wow. Okay.
right?
This sounds like a definitely like a viewer discretion advised in the sense of like make sure you're in the right mental state before reading it, and yeah, I mean just kind of be prepared to go through some emotions. Is what I'm kind of
Yeah,
gathering. Definitely
for
interested
sure, for
in
sure.
this. I'll probably for sure give it a good read and see how I feel
Yeah.
about it.
On top of it being a really great story that sticks to you, the art style is beautiful, beautiful details, the drawings. Um, you can tell that this guy really puts this time and effort into making these beautiful art in these on these pages. Now, Pompon himself, he's the one exception to that. He's literally a doodle of like this little bird, like that's how he looks. Now, some people say it's said like the reason why is because they're trying to kind of in a sense like you feel the shoes in for him, right? You kind of picture yourself in his shoes, type of thing. Like he's the avatar of the story, so you kind of put yourself in his place in a sense or whatever. So that's what some people on the internet say. I never really got that. I just for me it was just like he just looks like a bird. I don't know. Um, but it's a really cool. I don't know. I kind of liked it, seeing this little doodle of a bird in this really detailed world. It feels kind of, in a sense, he's almost like if he's out of place or he doesn't really belong. Which you can make an argument. It's another statement that the book is making. You know, so again, just check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I did. It's a really good read. Really good read.
Hmm.
So that's enough of me recommending things to the beautiful listeners. Now we're going to move on to the last segment here
Oh.
on this podcast, our favorite segment, both of our favorite segments. It is Anime Swap. Now, I recommended to you Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And you recommended me, what
Kisniver.
was Kiss Sniper, okay? That was last week's recommendations. Um, I'm gonna start this time. I want to start this
Ooh.
time.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Switch it up on you. So I watched Kiss Niver, right? Right? Does that say it? Said
Yeah,
it right?
Kisniver.
Kiss Niver. That I said it last time. I'll say it again. That name is dumb. It's stupid. Okay, but whatever. I like the show. I The biggest selling point to me is the characters. The group of these 6 or 7 of them who are in the situation. If it wasn't for these specific characters, I would not care for the show at all.
Hmm.
Okay, the premise is a bit weird because it's like there's this. I don't know if they're the government. I don't know who these people are, but there's this group of the. They clearly have money to be able to do all this. So it might be. I'm assuming it's the government or like a billion-dollar company or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they're trying to figure out world peace in a sense. So the way they're trying to get world peace is by doing these experiments where they connect a certain amount of people to each other in a way where I don't even know how it is. I don't even know how they connect. Like mentally, I'm assuming where they feel each other's pain. So let's say they connect Hector and I, and Hector lives like across town from me, and I pinch myself. Hector feels the pinch
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, right? Just a quick explanation. I slap myself. Hector feels the slap, even though nobody slapped him. That's pretty much how that works. Um, I don't I don't really like that premise of they're trying to solve world peace by doing that eye for an eye thing. Like, well, if you feel the pain that I feel, then you won't be acting up. You won't be acting the way you act. It's very shaky. Yeah, it's a very loose, kind of really dumb reason to do what they're doing, but they needed a reason to do this, I guess. Whatever. That's not the point. The point of the story is not that. Oh, are they gonna figure out world peace? That's not the point of the story. So I can overlook that. The point of the story is that these 6 characters have to pretty much survive being connected to each other through pain.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, I have some favorite characters right now. It is the tall guy with the red hair. He's kind of like the macho guy dude. He was cool. He's loud. He's funny. I like him a lot. I also like the girl who says that she believes in fairies. Um, she's funny. She's quirky. She's eccentric. I always love characters like those. She's a lot of fun. I like her a lot. The main girl too. She's cool. I like her. Um, the the guy with the blue hair who acts super cool. I don't like him a lot, but I really liked his backstory where he was a fat kid. I found that so funny. And I like how they're using that to blackmail him to be able to like hang out with the group and do what the group needs to be done and stuff like that. I thought that was really funny too. Um, the only person I kind of have a problem with, or I really don't care, is the main guy, because the main guy he's super quiet. He's kind of like he doesn't really care about anything, which it fits, his personality because he can't feel pain. You hit him, you punch him, kick him, you tase him. He doesn't feel anything, right? Like ever since he was a kid, certain events happened where he can't feel pain anymore. Um, so that's just the way he is. I guess. It does seem though through these 3 episodes that he starts to kind of open up more and kind of talk about the way he feels, kind of pay attention to how his feelings are and things like that. So that's cool to see. Hopefully, he becomes more of a character than just someone who's quiet and they used to punch and kick around, things like that. And then the last episode, episode 3 that I saw introduces the seventh member of the group, which is a masochist who likes to hurt himself. So that was funny. And they have to find him and go after him and things like that. So overall, I do enjoy the show, but I do have some problems with it. The main problem I have with the show, which is something that not just this show, but other shows that Trigger has worked on before. By the way, Trigger is the studio who made this anime. Um, Certain scenes or certain scenarios, to me, um, felt like they should have been taken more seriously, or the repercussions should have taken more seriously than they did. Um, for example, certain things happened where certain characters got hurt, or they jumped off certain things like that, and they landed, and for the most part, they were okay. And I feel like and if it was more realistic or in the real world, that would not have happened. For example, the main guy who doesn't feel pain, he jumped off a bridge into moving traffic in a sense, and he was bleeding a lot, and his face was all swollen. He's like, I think I got a concussion, and if that was real life, he would have died for sure because he jumped off. He hit first of all he hit a truck, and then he landed in a car. Okay, like he would have died. Like I don't. He would have at least broken like a rib and an arm or something. Like he would have to be like in the hospital for months after something like that. Like that right there was just like, oh man, you guys are testing me here a little bit, huh? Like I wasn't really feeling that right there. Um, there was also another scene where the guy with the red hair he jumped from like I think it was like the third floor trying to get to like another balcony area, like another balcony area or whatever, and he fell straight down. Um, and all he did was spring his wrist, right, his hand.
Hmm.
Like I feel like I don't know, man. I've never fallen out of a building, so I don't know. But like falling at least 2 stories, I feel like you would get hurt. You'll get hurt more. I don't know. I feel like they're downplaying the pain they feel, pretty much.
Yeah.
And again, uh, Trigger has done this before with other shows too, where like a certain scenario, or whatever, it should feel like it has more of a consequence, but they play it up for laughs. I don't know. I don't know if the original run. I don't know if the. I don't know if it's an original anime or there's a manga or whatever. Or maybe they just decided to make it more quirky, more silly than it should be. But I don't know. It just feels like it should be a little bit more serious at certain times. But I still like it. I'm still want to see what happens with these guys. How do they find their way out of it, out of the scenario they're in. Trying to not be connected to each other's pain anymore.
Yeah.
So this anime is from all the other animes you gave that you recommended to me. I'll put it like in the middle.
Ooh, okay.
Um, I'm not super hyped, but I'm not against it either. This is one of those shows that eventually I'll get back to, and I'll eventually end up watching the whole thing.
Ooh, okay, okay. That's actually a pretty good response. Pretty accurate as to where I thought I was gonna fall in line, so that's pretty good. But you gave me Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and I'm just gonna say up front, it's gonna be put in the same boat as K-On! Where I'm gonna watch it on my free time in between new anime episodes coming out. So I loved it. I thought it was really really great. I loved all four dragons. I kind of like Miss Kobayashi. I wasn't a huge fan of hers, but the dragons themselves, I just love them. My favorite is definitely Fafnir and Quetzalcoatl, which is really cool. That was even one of the dragons, and I like how Miss Kobayashi, at least by the third episode, she kind of realized like, hey, I probably shouldn't ask these dragons about their past, um, and things like that. But I think in general, just the show kind of surprised me a bit. They kind of the one scene that I knew I was gonna like the show was essentially in episode 2 where the dragon maid kind of went ultra instinct Goku mode and like full sprinted down a busy like plaza sidewalk thing because a thief had stolen a little old lady's purse, and she just like spikes the dude into the ground, kind of like Mario Spike from Super Smash Bros. And creates a giant crater, and stops the guy, and and Miss Kobayashi's like, oh no, this is terrible. They're gonna think she's a monster and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden all the people around her are like, oh, you're a saint, you're a hero, and this and that, and it was hilarious. And then after that, just kind of just weird stuff ensued from there. I love her kind of love for Miss Kobayashi. I'm not a huge fan of Miss Kobayashi because I felt like she kind of shunned or kind of shooed away the dragon quite a bit a few times, but then she'd kind of give like little hints of like, yeah, I kind of care about you, not in a sexual kind of way, kind of on like the dragon who she's like, oh, I sexually am attracted to you, Miss Kobayashi. These wild other things that she said. The fact that she tried to prepare her own tail as a dish was always hilarious, and she
Hmm.
one way or another wanted her to kind of eat it, uh, which was Kobayashi's like, I'm against eating dragon tail, which was a pretty clever way of stopping her from it. But overall, I think the show was. See, I wouldn't say I'm a super fan, kind of like most fans are. I know you said it's either you like it or you don't, and I do like it, but I don't see myself really binge watching this. I only had really one huge complaint, which uh, it's more of it's not the show's fault. It's more of the services part. It was only on Funimation. Season 1 was only on Funimation, and it was only in English, dub, which I was not a huge fan of. I just love watching it in Japanese and Japanese with sub. So that's kind of the way I like to view things. But on Crunchyroll, they do have season 1, but it's only in like Portuguese, French, Spanish, German, and like another language. So there's no way I could read or watch any of those. Granted, maybe the Spanish one, but I would not enjoy it. I've never really attempted to watch a show in Spanish, Spanish dub. So I don't know. We'll see. But definitely was not very happy with that experience. Luckily, I was able to watch an uncut version, so like episodes without commercials. It was just the initial commercial and then one at the end for episode 1 and 2. And then when I got to episode 3, they didn't have an uncut version, so I had to watch it with like the segments in between that were going to be commercials for the free viewers. Which I haven't had to do that in a while, so I was not very pleased with that either. That was really my only complaint while watching. But other than that, the show was great. It's one of my higher ups. I think I definitely enjoyed this one. I wouldn't say it's in like my top three or top four, but it's up there. And yeah, I mean, it was a good watch. And I would say I enjoyed it for the most part.
The opening though, right?
The opening
That's
was
it.
good. I really liked it.
No, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad it's one of those shows that you are gonna go back to and watch because this is a really good show. And hopefully you finish it by the time season two comes out because I cannot wait for season two. I love the show, so I'm glad you at least enjoyed it. It gets funnier from there. You really start liking the characters even more. And in Kobayashi, she even though you're not like not a big fan, you do come around. You know, she does show uh more of her, I don't say humanity, but like she's more emotional, more of a personality pretty much. She's more it's kind of weird to say she shows more of her human side because she's a human. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so you end up liking all these characters. They're all tons of fun. There's just one character that joined. I think she doesn't join in until a little bit later. I don't know if she's in the first three episodes, but she's one of the she's a dragon who's trying to get the dragon maid back to their world. Mm, You didn't. I don't think I think you haven't
No,
gotten
I
that
only got
far.
to episode three. Yeah, episode three was just
Okay,
like I forget, but yeah,
keep watching it because she's awesome.
yeah.
She's awesome. She's great. She her and the rivalry she has with the main dragon maid. It's a ton. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so you should check. You should keep watching it just to see how you feel after you meet the last dragon because there's one more dragon you haven't met yet. Um, but that is pretty much it for last week's anime swap. Now we're gonna move into our recommendations for next episode. Hector, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go because you were just kind of going on a roll right now.
Yeah. So essentially, I have this really cool one. I just picked it up myself. So I am really interested to see how you feel about it. It is called. Let me make sure. Oh, it's called Great Pretender. It's on Netflix. I don't know if you've heard of it. I really
I
really like
have.
it. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I really like it because essentially it's about swindlers and thieves. I forget the exact words. Um, but essentially they this scam artist. There you go. So it's this the main character. He is Japan's quote unquote greatest scam artist. Who is trying to like scam tourists who are coming to Japan, and this is how the first episode opens up, and he meets this other person who is from America, right? And he tries to scamming him, or she tries to scam him, and some way or another, I won't say exactly how, but he ends up falling into a trap because the guy that he's actually messing with is also a scammer and actually one of the best in the world. And you kind of see how he gets kind of sucked in into this world and this organization of scammers, and how he has to live in this world now that he's a part of it and essentially challenge the main scammer that he lost to. It's very Ocean's 11 vibey type of an anime, and it's really really cool. And what's funny is the first half of the first episode is essentially half Japanese, half English, because the main character also knows how to speak English. So you get like certain dialogue between him and the American scammer, saying stuff in English and having a communication or dialogue rather in English, and then after a certain point, it like freeze frames, and then there's like giant letters on the screen that say everything after this point will be strictly in Japanese, but just know that they're talking in English or they're talking in different languages, but we're just translating it like this with subs, because we want to, and yeah, have fun with it. And then it just continues right into them speaking Japanese, and I thought that was really really clever and really cool. I can't say I've ever seen anything like that, so it was definitely something I was like, oh, that's sick, and then continued watching. I love the American Scammers voice actor for when it turns to Japanese. Dude, he just sounds so dope. All of them do really, and it's really really cool. You get to see other scammers that he meets part of the organization that are like from Brazil and like from Japan. I mean, not from Japan, from like India and all these other crazy places. So I'm really excited. I myself, like I said, just picked it up recently. I'm on episode 4 or 5. And yeah, it's really cool, and it actually takes place in America too, which is very interesting. So like, something happens in Japan for them to go to America, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil anything else. But it's dope. So I can't wait for you to watch it and kind of tell me what you think, because I definitely have some opinions on it as well.
All right, all right. Sounds cool. Like I said, I this is a show that I was interested in, but never got a chance to watching it, so now more reason to check it out. I can't wait to see that scene you're talking about, the one where they transition from English to Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna really enjoy that scene. All right, cool. So what I have for you, it is called Kokoro Connect.
Oh, okay.
It it is a slice of life uh show with these are like with supernatural elements and things like that, like a drama, slice of life, supernatural elements. It does with these five high school students who are there in a club, and the pretty much supernatural things keeps happens to them pretty much in a sense as an example. Uh, they switch bodies pretty much, right? As an example, one of the things that happens, they end up switching bodies, and then they have to figure out how to switch back or whatever. And then a lot of they, in a sense, they're I don't want to say they get tested, but in a sense, it's like their friendship gets tested
Ooh, okay.
with everything that's happening, right? Because like all these supernatural things are happening. They're starting to find out things they didn't know about each other through these ways, and how some of them feel about other people or what they think about them, and so like things that maybe certain people want to keep hidden and keep secret gets brought into light, and sometimes, if not all the time, those things are not everybody's happy with what's being said or what person thinks. So like their friendship gets their these five kids, their friendship gets tested a lot, and it's kind of like a reality check almost, right? Like, yeah, they're friends, but not everything is on the up and up between each other, and through these supernatural situations they're in, a lot of the stuff that's going unsaid is being brought into the forefront. So it
Ooh.
is, yeah, it is a it's a really good watch. It's a fun watch, especially seeing how these characters are deal with the situations they're in, not just with the supernatural element, but with each other, and how their friendships are going. Saying like, "Oh, I thought he was, or I thought he or she was my friend, but like now I'm questioning it because of this and that, or I thought we were closer than we were," and things like that. So it's a lot. It's a really good show. The it's more drama than comedy for sure. Um, but it's a really I feel like you're gonna like it. I feel like you're really gonna get into it, especially just with the whole supernatural thing and how they end up getting in those scenarios.
Ooh.
I think you're gonna end up watching it. End up enjoying watching it, should I say?
Okay, yeah, it sounds really interesting. I'm definitely excited to get into this. I have seen this before. It's been in like recommended tabs and things like that on Crunchyroll for me. So, yeah, I'll let you know what I feel about it, and really excited. Yeah.
Cool. All right. All right. So. And with that, we've planted the seeds for the next episode,
Ooh.
right? So that's pretty much it. That's all we got for you guys this week.
Mm-mm.
Oof! What a
Nice and
podcast!
tasty.
Nice and juicy, nice and yummy. Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody who listened. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Thank you, Hector, for as always being my co-host, being here with me.
Thank you,
Thank
brother
you so
Maine.
much. Before I start closing things out and plugging away, anything you want to say, Hector, to the beautiful
Ooh,
listeners?
yes. I know we rag on them quite a bit, but go check out our guys, our homies, our pals over at the Play and Pod with Alex and John, aka Geekjar 3000. They're a phenomenal group. Obviously, they're fantastic in every way, shape, and form. They make some great gaming content. I hope they make some more because we can't get enough of that good Geek Jar goodness. And as well as a huge shout out to both Alex and John as well from the Play and Pod, but also our friend Nathan, who all three are a part of this awesome group called 3up Prints, 3upprints.com. It'll be in the description down below. They make some dope t-shirts. High quality stuff. It's fantastic. Recently they came out, well, not recently, it was quite a bit ago, but they came out with their first drop, which is the Unidos t-shirt, and it was fantastic. I know me and Rafa got our own, and man, dude, they,
Mm-hmm.
they just make some dope stuff over there. So if you ever have any need for t-shirts of any type, any kind, and like, just designs and things like that all over them, hit them up. There are some fantastic guys and make, like I said, great quality t-shirts. So definitely do that. And other than that, Rafa, I would say I can't wait for people to comment down below. Let us know about any of the things that we talked about today, especially the one question that I asked about Area 51 and the 6 items that you stumbled upon. Which one would you grab? So other than that, yeah, Rafa, go ahead and close this out.
For sure. So everything that Hector just brought up, there will be links in the description, right? So you guys want to go and check them out. They're all going to be down there. If you want to hit us up specifically, you can always find us on Twitter at Bento Boxcast. That's the main page. If not, if you want to talk to me specifically, you can at me at Me Talk Anime, and of course, main man Hector over here. His is at Ultra underscore the man.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of Hector, he also is on Twitch. He's also a streamer. Busy guy, busy guy. He has so much going on, right? Podcasting, video games, a lot going on. If you guys want to see some top-notch, elite, high-class gameplay,
Oh, the
this
gas,
Hector be
the
going in,
premium.
bro. He be clutching it a lot of times. He gets aces and Rainbow Six Siege. He gets the 25 kill streak in Nuketown. He gets all that stuff, guys. Listen to me, okay? I ain't lying. Hector out here with top notch. Hector's a funny guy. He knows his anime. On top of that, he's an amazing gamer. Go check him out. He is on Twitch. Ultra underscore V man, dude. He streams. He streams. Siege, Warzone, Destiny, Fall Guys. What am I missing?
Ooh, gonna be doing maybe some Horizon Zero Dawn, Valorant, man, everything under the sun for the most part. If you have any suggestions, I'll definitely play them too. Look into it. But yeah, I mean, definitely come check it out. You might see Ralph on the stream here and there, and some few people that you'll get some good laughs out of too. So, definitely have fun to watch. I stream somewhat consistently, kind of, sort of, but if anything, like I said, or like I will say, follow the Twitter both on Bento Box, Rafa, and myself, and you'll see tweets whenever any updates come out, especially from myself about when I'm going to be going live on Twitch. So yeah.
For sure. Now, beautiful listeners, um, um, if let's just say you guys are busy, really busy people, because I know you listeners out there are super busy. You have jobs, you have schools, you might have kids, you might have dogs, cats. You guys are busy, right? That's what I expect from beautiful listeners, having a full, fulfilled life, have a lot going on. Not You cannot always sit down and open up YouTube and listen and play the full video out of this podcast. I understand that, but don't worry, we got you good, okay? Excuse me. The reason why we got you is because if you cannot get on YouTube for whatever reason, if you're on the run, you're on the go, you're super busy, you can't sit down and listen to us on YouTube, we got you on Apple Podcast. Okay, that's right. We are on Apple Podcasts. If you did not
Ooh.
know that, okay, number one anime podcast on there. We're on Spotify also. Okay, top notch. Everybody has Spotify. If you don't have Spotify, you have Apple Podcasts. If you have Apple Podcasts, you have Spotify, right? So we're on both. Easy peasy, on the run, on the go. You're working out, you're doing whatever you're doing. Just you can't sit down and watch us on YouTube. Don't worry. Boom, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also if for whatever reason you use any other platform that's associated with the Anchor account that we have, we're also on those too. So you have no reason, no excuse to not listen to our episodes of these podcasts here. Now, of course, our main place, the mainstay, YouTube. That's where you're already here. All right, guys. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and hit the little bell icon to get every single notification when a new episode comes out every Friday by 11 a.m. That's right. You're so going into Friday midday. You hungry? It is lunchtime. What a better way to start things off? Lunch with the newest episode of the Bento Boxcast, so you can enjoy your lunch with some laughs, some goofs, some anime knowledge. What a better way to start the weekend? I can't think of it any other way. Okay, guys, and as Hector said earlier in the podcast, as we brought up before, go ahead and comment down below. Let us know what you think about anything and everything we talked about here in the podcast. If you have any anime recommendations for us, anything you guys want us to watch, let us know. We will check it out. We will watch them. And if you're on any other platform that is not YouTube and you can't find a way to comment to let us know what you think, just hit up Twitter. We will, of course, you already know we're going to get those notifications. You already know we're going to get that alert that someone hit us up. So any other way, you can always let us know. We will be there ready to see what you guys got to say. Any criticism is good criticism. And also, don't forget, this is new, Hector. I haven't forgotten, Hector. This is new.
Ooh.
Join the freaking Discord, my guy. Oof,
Ooh.
look at that. If you're look how many options we have for you guys to hit us up.
Ooh.
Twitter, YouTube, Twitch for Hector. Oh my God! And now Discord. Jeez, Louise. There's no way you can miss us. There's no way that if you want to voice your opinion, there's no way there's no way that you can't get it to us. Pretty much, right? All these different ways you can get in contact with us. So hit us up. Can't wait to see what you guys think. Until next week, episode 15. I cannot wait. I'm already excited, Hector. I'm already thinking, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this. I can't wait to talk about. I'm so excited. I need to take a nap, Hector. I'm so excited. I need to calm down. Okay. So, thank you once again. Thank you everybody for listening. We love every single one of you guys. And until next time, I bid you adieu, abu, a goo goo goo. Cut it.
See you guys.
Cut it.